Welcome to an episode of The Root Culturist. In this episode, we talk about tips when buying new Staghorn. We start with 6 questions, and 3 questions to ask the seller would be: how long have you kept the plant for? How are you growing it? And guide me through how you would take care of the plant. And the 3 questions to ask yourself: are my conditions right for the plant? Am I comfortable with the overall outlook of the plant? And does the growth point or the growth bud looks healthy? So take a look at this plant over here, and we're going to zoom in into the growth point. One thing to take note is that the growth bud is actually the lifeline of the plant. If it feels soft or appears black, that usually means that the plant is not doing so well, or even dead for that matter. Green or brown is a healthy color, but always best to observe and feel if possible. So this answers the 2 questions that you ask yourself: am I comfortable with the overall outlook of the plant? Does the growth bud looks healthy? So these are the 2 important questions. We will go through it one more time. So we look at the growth bud, it looks healthy, but the overall appearance of this plant looks a bit brown. And that leads us to the 3rd question. We ask ourselves: do I know the requirements of the plant? This is important because it is always easy to replace another plant, but then the same thing happens again, and probably after a few tries, we deem it as this plant is too difficult to keep. But that should not be the case. So always do a little read up on the plant that you're going to purchase, and then after that, you would ask the seller 3 questions. From that case, you can assess whether the plant is grown in an optimal condition or the plant is just meant for example, trading. So the questions to ask would be: guide me on how you would take care of the plant, and what are the conditions that you are growing the plant in. Once these 2 questions are asked, it brings us to the most important question: how long has the seller kept the plant for locally? This is important because it brings us to an observation we call the 2 weeks theory. We take a look at these plants which had arrived 5 days ago, and it has the appearance of new growth. But if we take a closer look, we can see that it is the original growth and not that the plant has been established to local conditions. So this 2 weeks theory states that the plant is growing on its past growth, and so it appears as though the plant is thriving or well established in that matter, but then the plant suddenly collapses, as seen here in the example. So we would revert back to the question: does the growth bud appears healthy? And if it appears healthy, we would cross-reference both what the seller had advised and what we had read tallies. If it doesn't, then we would question both sources and try to have a better understanding on what happened to the plant. To define establish, a safe period would be more than 3 months in local condition, and not forgetting the 6th question: do I know the requirements of the plant? Am I comfortable with the overall outlook of the plant? Does the growth bud looks healthy? Followed by the 3 questions to the seller: how long have you kept the plant locally? How are you growing it? Guide me through how you would take care of the plant. So with the 6th question, we hope that it would help you get that head start in your Platycerium journey. Hope you have enjoyed our content. Do give us a like and follow us on these platforms. See you next time on an episode of The Root Culturist.